We've got 12 divers. It's going to be an exciting contest on the Olympics.
For me, at the moment, it's all about just preparation for Paris. So I'm not trying to be at my peak here. I'm not trying to be competing at my best. I'm working towards my best. So whilst I'm here, I'm working on some technical things, trying to figure out some little changes, little improvements that I can make to my dive, and just get another kind of competition experience, another competition run out. I've made some changes since the start of the year, and it's just another opportunity to test those in the competition environment before I go to Paris. I want to be ready just at the right time when I get to the games. So yeah, there's still a lot of things that I need to work on, but I'm confident that with the time that I've got, I can just build up nicely into a good window when I get to Paris for the games.
About Tokyo and what sort of things you learned from there and that experience and how you're using to implement that in your dives going forward and in Paris as well.
Yeah, Tokyo was a big lesson for me. Actually, both Olympics have been very interesting situations. Obviously, Tokyo was a pandemic Olympics where there was no supporters, there was kind of nothing really going on. It was just the diving, just the competition. Whereas Rio was obviously a bit more normal. But the main thing I learned from Tokyo is how much I want to dive well at all times. And in both Rio and Tokyo, I got to the semi-final, and then I had a poor semi-final and missed out on making the final. This time around, I'd love to make a final, so I've got to figure out what I can do better from the prelim to the semi. And it'll be the same situation going from one day to the next, and how I can maintain the level of performance that I hit in the prelim, so that when I get to the final, I do well.
What's your connection like to Jamaica, and what was the decision making to represent Jamaica?
So my dad's Jamaican. He moved to the UK in the 1960s, and that's my connection basically. I was definitely inspired by a lot of the track and field athletes that Jamaica had. Obviously, Usain Bolt, Shelley Ann, Mustafa Powell, those kind of people were massive inspirations for me when I was younger, and seeing them helped to convince me to represent Jamaica. But also, it was definitely like a discovery of part of my life and part of my family that I didn't really know and understand. So I wanted to get to know that.
You had a training camp in Jamaica, didn't you? Right?
Yeah, so I'm trying to start building diving in Jamaica basically. So I ran a dive camp out there last year. The facilities aren't quite what you see here out there. They've literally just got the platforms.
What height is it?
So they have the platforms. So they have 3, 5, 7, and 10.
Okay, yeah.
But you see like the black surface on the platforms. They don't have any of that. It's just concrete because they hosted the 1966 Commonwealth Games there, and it hasn't really been touched since. So they don't have any springboards, which is obviously my event. So I've never been able to train there properly. But I'm trying to just build the interest in diving in Jamaica. I'm trying to find people that could potentially be good at the sport and who want to get involved and hopefully create something, because I want to leave a legacy of diving in Jamaica once I retire. So I'm looking for any kind of support that I can get, sponsorship to help fund the program, but also then people to get involved to help run it.
Last question: How would you distinguish diving from other aquatic events?
Diving's unique in comparison to other aquatic events. Obviously, the one that is probably closest to is artistic swimming in terms of the aesthetics of it. So it's not just about running as fast as you can or swimming as fast as you can up and down. It's not about getting the best entry all the time. It's about how the dive looks, because you're being judged, you're being assessed essentially every single dive. So you got to try and play to the judges. So it's very different to swimming in that respect. The diving community is very friendly. We all get along. It's a tough sport. There's very little kind of psyching out or any kind of mind games that happen. We're all trying to support each other because we all know how difficult it is. So that's one of the things I love the most about the sport, especially in comparison to a lot of other sports. But what got me into it was when I was younger, I was just at school, it was a normal day, and the diving club from the city of Leeds came into my school and ran a talent identification program. So basically, it was a load of basic gymnastics tests that were supposed to show whether you could be a good diver or not. And I had done gymnastics previously, so I was basically pretty good at all the tests and got selected to come to the pool to try it out, and I just absolutely loved it in my first session. It was actually in the same year as the Athens Olympics in 2004. So just after I got involved in diving, I watched the Athens Olympics, saw some diving there, and from that point I basically was like, I want to be a part of that, I want to be at the Olympics, and that's where the dream came from.
That's an amazing story, man. Good luck.
Appreciate it.
Good luck later on as well. I know you're tired, you've been training, so
yes.
I'll let you get in, and
yeah, man.
And good luck, man.
Thanks very much, appreciate it.
Yard man thing, and this a yard man thing. Yard man thing, and this a yard man thing. Yard man thing, and this a yard man thing. Yard man thing, and this a yard man thing. Yard man thing, and this a yard man thing. Yard man thing.